So this video itself is going to be a review video of the Georgia National Fair 2025 edition. Now, the Georgia National Fair happens every year in October at the beginning. This upcoming weekend, actually, at the time of recording this, it is Friday, October the 10th, and today, the 11th, so Saturday, October the 11th, and Sunday, October the 12th, is the last day of the fair, and I highly recommend you go. If you've never had the opportunity to go, it's very fun. It's one of my favorite fall traditions of all time. I love the rides. I love the food. I love seeing the animals. And of course, this year I got to do something that I normally don't get to do. I got to look at the shows. So to me, it is the perfect mix of like fall festivities. There's a ton of like Georgia pride things that kind of make you feel proud to be a Georgian, as I am, if you cannot tell by my southern accent. And of course, it's got like a nice small town feel to it. So I went out on Thursday. I was a chaperone for my school's FBLA organization, and I went out on Thursday with them. And I want to talk about some of the favorite activities that I got to look at. So one of the first things I got to see that I've never really seen before was a water ski jet show on the little pond that they have. So the way the fair is set up, you have this nice little pond lake area. On one side of that, you have the ride area where all the rides are. And then towards the front of that, you have these big, awesome agriculture buildings that have different displays in there. Like if you go into what I call the 4-H building, it has all the scarecrows out in front of it that students have made. There's all kinds of different student works in there. There's also professional photography, professional pottery. And then on the other side of this lake is where you have all the food and the animals. So in the middle of the park area is where a lot of the action happens. So the water show was something that I had never seen, and also Robertson's Racing Pigs. I've heard about it, but because I'm so involved every year when I go to the fair, I never get to see it. So this year I got to see them, and I was so excited. They were so cute. But anyway, let's talk about some of my favorite things. Also, if you haven't already, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe button. And also, of course, I would like you to comment down below. Have you ever been to your state's national fair? Or I guess a local fair. It doesn't have to be the national fair, but the Perry Fair is pretty well known in Georgia. So have you ever been to your state's local or state fair, and what do you like about it and what do you not like about it? Please leave your comments down below and let me know. All right, so the water ski jet ski show was pretty cool. I've never seen it, so I really didn't know what to expect. I happened to be walking around the lake when they started the show, so of course I stopped and sat on the banks, and then I watched. So they had this guy come out. I could not really hear his name, so I wish I could hear his name, but he's apparently very famous. He did a lot of really cool jet ski tricks. These people, they travel around the world. They're like gold medal Olympus, and some of them have done their water sports, their water skis in like France and Germany and internationally. Like I did catch all of those accolades while I was watching, but it was on speakers and a lot of people were around me and it was hard to hear. But with all that being said, the jet ski performance was really cool. He would it's weird. He would do these back steps on the back of his jet ski, his special jet ski, because apparently it was a very special customized jet ski to be able to do what he was doing. And it's like he would flip the jet ski in midair without really needing a ramp or any kind of like, I don't know, propelling motion, but obviously there was motion to it. And so he would just do it multiple times in a row. That was really cool. You had different women come out and do different kind of ski tricks. Of course, this one lady made it look so awesome and so graceful, and I could not believe it. And then at the end, you had a woman on, I guess, I don't really know what you call it, but it's like a hydro jetpack thing. And it shot water out of her feet, and it looked really cool. She was doing flips and twirling and dancing, and it was wild. I have never seen that before, and I highly recommend it because it was crazy. It was definitely a highlight of my fair trip this year. Now, the next thing, of course, I need to talk about is Robertson's Racing Pigs. I have never gotten the opportunity to check out these little baby racing pigs, and it was a blast. Pigs were tiny, they were cute, they were oinking, and some of the names were hilarious. Like there was, let me think, Lindsay Slowham was one of them. All of them, of course, were based off of pigs or pig-based products. And so basically what these pigs did is they raced around this very tiny track for a tiny piece of an Oreo cookie. And the crowd loves it. The children love it. I hate to admit it that I loved it and I thought it was cute. And I highly recommend that you go and you see those little baby pigs because they are adorable and it's all in good fun. Of course, another thing that I enjoy personally at the fair is the food. Obviously, it is expensive. Sadly, the price of the things are going up, but there are still some things that I highly recommend, and these are the things I recommend. So first of all, I love turkey legs. You can't go wrong with a turkey leg. It's smoky. It's juicy. And most of the time at the Perry Fair, you can get a pretty decent sized turkey leg that will fill you up. I know in some places you can get very small turkey legs, but at the Perry Fair, I feel like you're getting a pretty decent sized turkey leg. So I grabbed one, I tore into it like it was nothing. I looked like a fair animal, and I'm sure that the people walking past me were concerned about how I was eating that turkey leg. Now, of course, the second thing I always like to get is the Wisconsin cheese curds. It's called the Curd Cup. And if you haven't tried these, you really are missing out. So these are located kind of near the front of the park, near the tower, the clock tower, the big clock tower in the middle of this park. It's located kind of near there. And what it is a cup of golden goodness because it's crunchy on the outside and gooey on the inside, and that cheese pretty much melts in your mouth. It's very addictive, and I highly recommend you only get one cup because last year it was, I think, $15 for a cup of the cheese curds, and this year it was $17. The turkey leg, I think, went up by $2 the previous year. I think it was $18, and then my turkey leg ended up being $20. Now, I will tell you the biggest highway robbery of the fair was the drinks. My sodas, my Coke Zeros, and my bottles of water cost me $4 each time I got one, and I gotta admit that hurt real bad. So that was the downside. Didn't like that. And so, the Georgia Fair, it's always been special. It has a special energy. It's the sound of laughter, the smell of funnel cakes, the sizzling of the turkey leg, the smell of the turkey legs sizzling on the grill. It's just, the Perry Fair is quintessentially what I think of when I think of fall. Not necessarily Halloween, but if I think of a fall festival, I think of the Perry Fair. You've got tons of different shows that I didn't even get to go to. You know, there's a live band that's constantly playing in the middle of the park. There's a magic show, there's a puppet show, there's a petting zoo, there's all kind of animal exhibits you can go to. One of them being the baby barn, where you can see cows and sheep and pigs give live birth. That's something new. And get an education on, you know, agriculture and things like that. There's just all kinds of different things to do at the fair. So if you haven't been in a while, if you still got the time, it is going to run through this weekend. Bring your friends, bring your family, and make some memories. And also, again, just drop your comment down below for me. You know, have you been to your state's local or national fair? And what is it like? What do you like about it? What do you don't like about it? What do you wish you could change? Alright, so thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, I want you guys to stay kind, stay curious, and hopefully you'll get to visit the fair.